Part 286. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2851. It's such a pity to let go of the leaks. Bai Biao licked his lips, followed by rolling his eyeballs, and the sound of inhaling became imperceptibly extremely rapid. Now you are completely out of money's eyes, and you can't get it back. Isn't it clear what I told you before? In Guangming Academy, there are rules of Guangming Academy. Once you go beyond this rule, something will happen. You should know exactly what it will look like by then. At that time, it will not be possible to explain clearly in 1 or 2 sentences. At that time, if Deputy Shui Wanren's residence mainly wants to beat you, don't come to me. Fang Fan shrugged his shoulders and started throwing the pot away. Hey. It's nothing. Based on your relationship with the Deputy Palace Master, what can he do? The Deputy Palace Master is your father-in-law, and I am your brother, that is half of my father-in-law. Well, it looks like this. I will definitely turn a blind eye and close one eye when the time comes. Besides, I haven't done anything illegal or criminal. These are all within the scope of my authority. Isn't it normal for me to want to do something in this situation? What does it matter? As long as the Deputy Palace Master doesn't target me, just deal with it fairly. Bai Biao nodded, and said with a deep understanding. Anyway, no matter what, he felt that what he said made sense, and he had already made a comprehensive hint in his heart. In the face of a crazy gambling dog, it is useless to say 1,000 words and $10,000. I've gotten deep into it and can't extricate myself. There are only so many things in my heart. Fang Fan didn't say much, and immediately came to the front, ready to fight. From Fang Fan's point of view, I want a quick battle, let's end this battle quickly. Brother Fang Fan, this is a match between a first-year student and a first-year student. This match will definitely require you to play. After you win this match, you can continue to stand in the arena and wait for the opponent's second-year Xian-level student to appear. Brother Fang Fan, according to my estimation of you, winning these few games in a row is not a problem at all. Brother Fang Fan, all this depends on you. Brother Fang Fan, good brother. Zhuo Yao murmured to himself, and while talking, he nodded and bowed quickly at the side. The excitement on his face was beyond words, and the changes in facial expressions were very real. I don't need to say much about the rest for the time being, there are naturally those changes in my mentality at this moment. Xiao Liyulai and Lu Jiyi silently found a seat aside to watch the game. As for Zhao Wei, he walked around with his hands behind his back, as if he still had some special thoughts. Not to mention that guy Bai Biao, he has already rushed to prepare for the opening. And because he was afraid that Zhao Wei would bet too much and break the game, he simply recruited Zhao Wei to do it together. Brother Zhao Wei, I am absolutely sincere. Cough. Cough cough cough. My sincerity is absolutely full. You don't need to spend a star core, you just need to get a name and be my partner. I'll give you 10%, no. 30% of the profit. How about it? You don't have to pay anything, you can do anything. Bai Biao looked at Zhao Wei expectantly, and then showed full sincerity. If you can't beat it, join. This is Bai Biao's idea. Competing for wealth with Zhao Wei, Bai Biao is not so good. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2852. I need to ask my boss. I will do whatever my boss tells me to do. Zhao Wei blinked and said sincerely. Bai Biao let out a foul breath, and continued to say, don't worry, I've made arrangements for your boss, how about I give him 20% of the profit later? You all don't have to do anything, I will open the market, and I will be responsible for any costs. Once Bai Piao's gambling addiction kicks in, let alone 9 cows, even 9 dragons can't pull it back. Anyway, it is probably in such a form at the moment. Pure and true. Is this, not so good? Ah, this. I always feel that there is, something tricky. Ah, this. Besides, my boss share is actually less than mine? Is this justified? Zhao Wei asked back with a cute face. Bai Piao. Is this guy pretending to be cute or really cute? This bargaining power is very strong. Then, that's 30% for Fang Fan. Bai Piao felt quite painful. After such a point, he only has 40% left. My boss doesn't have as much as your share. Zhao Wei said something again. There are more black lines on Bai Piao's forehead. This was intentionally aimed at him. Can you stop stopping him like this? He is so difficult. Okay. Finally, it was decided that Fang Fan would be given 40% of the profit, and Bai Piao and Zhao Wei would be given 30% of the profit. However, it was rejected by Fang Fan with 1 vote. He expressed that he would not get involved in the gamble this time. Gambling is risky, so you need to be cautious when entering the industry. At this moment, Chu Ceci, president of Guangming Society, and Zhou Kaiyao, vice president of Tiandao Society, stood on the arena at the same time. Naturally, they didn't want to fight. The main thing was to announce the official start of this friendly match. The rules of the friendly match are actually very simple. You should put friendship first. Friendship first, competition second. This principle cannot be ignored. The main purpose of holding a friendly match is to bring the intimate relationship between our two societies closer, not just for pure competition. Everyone, when you start, try to keep one hand as much as possible, and don't slack off easily. Chu Ceci, the president of Guangming Society, smiled slightly, and the sparkle in his eyes became more and more bright as he spoke. Needless to say anything else, the posture at this moment has been revealed invisibly. Anyway, what they are talking about is some official clichés. No matter how nice these words are, it is actually useless. The key is how to do it next to be true. Nonsense, in exchange for nonsense. In the end, he will only let himself fall into it and cannot extricate himself. So real. President Chu's words are all official words. Let me say a few words here. The best rule in the arena is that there are no rules. As long as it is in the arena, no matter what method is used, as long as it can win the final victory. As for the other things, don't worry about it. Even if you cripple or kill your opponent, I don't blame you. If the academy blames you, I, Zhuo Yao, will cover you all. Of course, if you say surrender, you won't be able to attack after 3 seconds. In other words, if you really see that he doesn't say anything, even if he has already said that he has surrendered, you can still choose to continue attacking within 3 seconds. As long as you can't be beaten to death, you will be beaten to death. This is the spirit of the warrior. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2853. What Zhuo Yao said was so righteous. Once the idea is in place, the mentality gradually takes off. This wave is afraid of a hammer. Go up and do it. It is the spirit of the warrior at every turn. It is indeed a bit arrogant. Compared with Chu Ceci, the president of the Guangming Society, Zhuo Yao is two extremes. One is floating, and the other is relatively stable. Each has its own thoughts and ideas. After Zhuo Yao finished speaking, the surrounding area suddenly sighed. Good guy, can it work? This wave can't hold back. As the vice president of Tiandao Society, in the absence of the president of Tiandao Society, Zhou Qiuyao actually represents the entire Tiandao Society. But now the wave after wave of words seems too arrogant. Vice President Zhuoqiu, speak carefully. You can't say anything. What do you mean by that? This is a friendly match. Chu Ceci, the president of the Guangming Society, snorted coldly, and then followed up with accusations. Zhou Qiuyao didn't take it seriously at all, and didn't care about this matter. What should be what, that's it? President Chu, everyone is a sensible person. It's good for each to be clear about what to say and what to do. As for these vain things, if it's really a friendly match, then President Chu might as well show off his spirit and admit defeat. Okay. Zhuoqiu, don't do the kind of thing that is both a watch and an archway. Zhuoqiu's poisonous mouth has never disappointed. Immediately the whole house burst into laughter. Zhuoqiu really dares to say anything. But since we've talked about this, the rest doesn't really matter. You, rude. Chu Ceci gritted her teeth and rolled her eyes angrily. Why is this guy so hateful? Damn it. Shameless especially. Extremely shameless. How can it be like this? Chu Ceci wriggled her lips, and her face looked a little crimson. Normally, since Chu Ceci can become the president of the Guangming Society, there must be no problem with her aura. This time, she really couldn't hold back. Rude. What is rude? Hee. I'm just telling the truth. Everyone said, isn't it? Zhuoqiu glanced into the distance, and then followed suit. Yes. That's it. Vice President Zhuoqiu is an honest person. Do it. Stop blah, let's start competing. That's right, the waiting daily is cold. Can the speed be a little faster? I am really anxious. Speed it up. One after another roars followed, and the voices of complaints continued. Needless to say about other things for the time being, this attitude is probably displayed this time. True and clear. This wave can be regarded as an early heat. Seeing so many people supporting Zhuoqiu, the expression on Chu Ceci, the president of the Guangming Society, seemed a bit unattractive. Asshole. How can it be like this? What a jerk. What are they talking about? Superficial decorations are still necessary, right? So rude. Friendly match begins. Chu Ceci waved her hand, and didn't bother to say anything more, just announced the start. Underneath, Bai Piao immediately became excited. With the start of the game, his gamble can also be played. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2854. Don't miss it when you pass by. The first competition. The Guangming Society wins, 10 for 1. 10 for 1. Brothers. Let me ask you which company has this odds. No deception. Hand over the star core with one hand, hand over the certificate with the other hand. Everyone, come and place your bets. I believe everyone from the Guangming Society can come. Odds of 10 to 1, you should know what it means. This is an opportunity, give yourself a chance. Crazy shouts followed, and the things on the scene were particularly pure. After a wave of feeling in place, the mentality will also slowly take off. Probably this is the real state. It's just that no matter how hard Bai Piao yells, it seems that not many people come to bet. Isn't the odds of 10 to 1 not good? Why don't you come? Such a good opportunity, you just missed it? Did you really miss it? Isn't that bad? Opportunity. Seize the opportunity to take off. If you stud all your property, there is a chance to multiply it tenfold. Bai Piao screamed until his throat became dry, but there were not many people who came over. This is wrong. There is definitely something wrong with this. Aren't you the BPAO who cut the leaks? Last time I was bankrupt, I will always remember you. This guy is a bastard. Don't bet in front of him. He will die. What's more, why would he dare to offer odds of 10 to 10? It's clear that he knew the inside news a long time ago, knowing that the Guangming Society can't win the first competition, so he let us bet on the Guangming Society to win and pay 1 to 10. 10. Hee, I'm convinced of harvesting leaks so nicely. I'm really convinced of this wave. Wave after wave of complaints followed, and the things on the scene were too real. Wave after wave of yelling, and then the gunfire continued. This. Take it easy. If this continues, there will be problems, won't it? BPAO was immediately stunned. Why is this? This is different from what he expected. Why are these green leaks still mutating? Why did my brain suddenly become easy to use? I can't figure it out, I really can't figure it out. In the arena, Fang Fan was the first to enter the arena on behalf of the Tiandao Society. Immediately, the first-year students from the Guangming Society also joined the stage. With a glance, he was actually an acquaintance, and both Fang Fan and Fang Fan were members of the first-year seed class. Zhuokio treading snow. Fang Fan raised his eyebrows, and immediately laughed. After seeing the smile on Fang Fan's mouth, Zhuokio Taxiu on the opposite side subconsciously shrank his neck. Scared, really scared. It was also a coincidence that he suddenly realized something after passing the previous trials, and then his cultivation was promoted from a 4-star peak sanctuary to a 5-star initial sanctuary. According to normal circumstances, it is actually not bad. It is also a great joy to be promoted in an all-round way in terms of cultivation. That's why the Guangming Society invited him this time to participate in the first competitive match of the friendly match, which was the PK between the first-year yellow students. At the beginning, Zhuokio Taxiu was full of confidence, and felt that he could beat all dissatisfaction. After all, he has already been promoted to the 5-star sanctuary realm, which is not the same. But after seeing Fang Fan standing there, his legs immediately went limp. This can also play with a hammer. Isn't it just being beaten up? Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shuyu. Chapter 2855. Squad Leader. Zhuokio Taxiu shrank his neck, and then took several steps back. Fang Fan. Is he so scary? I can't take it easy. Why is this? Don't stress, let's do it. Come. Fang Fan waved his hand, ready to fight. I won't do it. I give up. I give up right now. I give up now. Zhuokio Taxiu didn't hesitate at all, and immediately said with a trembling body. What the hell, you can even talk about a hammer. My brain is about to split open, isn't it? Things in all aspects seem to be more complicated, and my mentality is a little bit tense. Surrender is the best choice at the moment. If you don't admit defeat now, do you want to wait to be hammered later? I really can't bear this blow. At the moment, I feel quite exhausted physically and mentally. I can't exert any strength in my body. There was a sensation in the audience, followed by complaints one after another. After waiting for so long, everyone wants to see the scene of a big fight. Where does it look like now? I don't understand this either. I still don't know what's going on. The scalp is numb, showing off a lot. Are you admitting defeat? This is nothing, you haven't done anything yet. Don't even have the courage to challenge? Or am I reading something wrong? I don't understand, I'm getting more and more incomprehensible, that's all. The Guangming Society and the Tiandao Society wouldn't have discussed it long ago. Otherwise, why are you so afraid? Anyway, Let's pretend to play 2 games, that's it, my god, play with the hammer. Did I look lonely? If the Guangming Society can't afford it, just say it, why are you making such a fuss? Crazy rants and shouts continued, and the things on the scene were completely revealed. I can't hold back my mentality. Erupted. Full blown. Although Chu Ceci, the president of the Guangming Society, expected such a result, he was still a little bit upset after being madly complained about by so many people. Why? Why does it have to be like this? At this moment, her resentful gaze is focused on Fang Fan, because this guy's reputation is too great. In fact, Zhuokio treading snow just made an extremely clear decision. If Zhuokio Taxu really chose to attack just now, there is a high probability that he would be instantly killed. At that time, there is still life in danger. Instead of this, it is better to admit defeat at the beginning. Ceci, where on earth did you find such a trash? You gave up before the fight, what a trash. Ceci, don't worry, it doesn't matter if they win a game or 2 in advance, after the 3rd game, I can beat the whole game. At that time, I will be able to participate in the 4th and 5th mixed battles. With me at that time, the overall situation will be stable. Ceci, you must trust me. I still have this confidence. Ceci. Shueotian, a young man with a horse face, showed an arrogant look on his face, and a pair of thief-like eyes kept focusing on Chu Ceci. Obviously he had something wrong in his heart. I said that. Call me by my full name or call me the president. Chu Ceci suddenly roared, startled the horse-faced youth Shueotian, and at the same time his face couldn't help but become extremely ugly. What a slap in the face. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2856. Is this the attitude now? When you invited me to participate in the friendly match before, you still had a smile on your face. Snort. Don't you just fall in love with that little boy named Fang Fan and think I'm ugly? Think I can't do it? What's going on? The horse-faced youth Shueotian twitched the corners of his mouth, thinking to himself. The black lines on his forehead became more and more numerous. Needless to say anything else, the resentment in my heart is taking off in full swing at this moment. It's so humming uncomfortable. But the person in front of me is the president of the Guangming Society, no matter how you say it. From the perspective of this horse-faced youth Shueotian, I really dare not treat him badly. All aspects of this are involved. Humph. President. Don't worry, if this kid is still present when the 3rd competition begins, I will let him know what cruelty is. The horse-faced youth Shueotian gritted his teeth, and the black lines on his forehead became more and more. Thinking of this in my heart at this moment, my mentality seems to be a little broken. Anyway, it's full of displeasure. That's all. Chu Ceci, the president of the Guangming Society, didn't answer this question at all. Gradually, the 2nd competition belonging to the Tiandao Society and the Guangming Society will begin. The 1st game was completely lonely, and he conceded defeat when he first played. He is really a good guy. Bai Piapo looked at the meager betting amount in front of him, and the black line on his forehead became more and more. Fang Fan is fighting too fast. My speed here can't keep up. I haven't got enough gamblers yet, the 1st game is gone. Can this speed be a little slower? Too fast is not good. This, Alexander. Bai Piao was deeply moved, and he couldn't help showing the gesture of complaining. Let alone other things, his mentality is more or less broken. Fang Fan boy. Play the 2nd game slowly. Give me some time to receive customers. The rhythm is pulled down a little. Anyway, The Guangming Society's combat power is very hot, you just need to control the audience. Bai Biao said at the top of his voice. He was purely thinking about his own gambling table, and he was afraid that there would be some accidents in all aspects. If that's the case, it's useless. But the guy was not restrained in his speech either. Good guy, what you say is so arrogant and arrogant, do you still want to crush all dissatisfied people? It is often said that the Guangming Society is full of hot chicken. Is it too arrogant? With the current atmosphere, it really looks like that. At least at the moment, this posture seems a little different. For those people in the Guangming Society, this is an all-round dimensionality reduction blow. Can you feel happy in your heart? Naturally, all the faces became extremely ugly. Fang Fan ignored Bai Biao. Fang Fan had reminded Bai Biao a long time ago that it is not suitable for gambling in this kind of occasion. This guy didn't listen at all, so what is the situation now? Things on the scene seemed very embarrassing. There must be a method for what to say and what to do, right? The second battle in the arena begins. This time, the Guangming Society came up with a second-year Xian-level student. 5-star high-level sanctuary realm. Among the Xian-level students, he was already considered an exceptionally powerful existence. My name is Fan, a second-year Xian-level student from the Priest Academy. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2857. The visitor directly reported his own background, while talking, then subconsciously shrank his neck. This looks a little strange, I don't know what is the purpose of doing these strange movements. It's really different. Fang Fan nodded without saying anything, and was ready to start fighting directly. Then come. Fang Fan loosened his muscles and bones, and raised his eyebrows, looking quite moved. He also wanted to have a hearty fight, and he had been huddled in the dormitory for the past 2 days, his bones were almost rusted. Come, can't come. Your Excellency Fang Fan, I know your reputation. Cough. Can we stand here and chat? I'll finish the task in 10 minutes, and then I can go down. Ziu Fan, a second-year Xian-level student from the Guangming Society, was talking, his eyes subconsciously rolled around, and he looked very hesitant. Fang Fan. Good guy. This is another weird thing? Is it so easy to play competitive games now? Go up and stand for a while, and you can win directly? What's the difference between this and admitting defeat directly? This. In these aspects, you have to take it easy, don't you? In the long run, is this okay? It exploded. The discussion and complaints in the audience became more and more. For those viewers, they came here to watch the excitement, because they wanted to see how these people did it with real knives and guns. Especially the scene of flying flesh and blood can arouse the blood in their hearts. But it has never been this respectful. Either admit defeat when you come up, or say let's chat, and give up after 10 minutes. Is this to see loneliness? Labor and management put down so many people and came here not to see your Guangming Society admit defeat. 3 wins in 5 rounds, this F***ing conceded 2 rounds. Even if it's a fake fight, you have to show it. Hey, don't even want to put on a show? This? That's it? I took it, I really took it to the end. That's it? That's it? This Guangming Society is going back more and more, and it's one of the societies anyway. How come it's messed up like it is now? If it really doesn't work, just admit defeat as soon as possible. What are you doing here with our time? That's right, that's what happened. Really, I'm speechless. Hee, that's about it? I can't understand any situation, so I just scream here, I have a hammer. The rubbish is to the extreme, so I don't want to say anything more. Waste our time. Get out of the bright society. In the future, I will remember it for labor and management. You can join any club, but you can't join the Guangming Society even if you kill it. That's right, that's exactly what's going on. If you want to join Tiandao Society, damn it, how tough it looks. This friendly match is really friendship. Tut, tisk tisk, who said it wasn't? It's really interesting to watch. Wave after wave of yelling followed, basically complaining about the Guangming Society. To a certain extent, it is indeed time to make complaints about it. What are they all? If you don't make complaints about it, you will be in trouble. Chu Cixi, president of the Guangming Society, remained silent. In fact, when she first found out about Fang Fan's arrival, she felt that this would be the result. Fang Fan's name is already synonymous with terror in the eyes of some people. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2858. Some legends about Fang Fan have never been a secret. As soon as he entered the school, he killed a 6-star early-stage student in the sanctuary realm in the arena. After that, legends were created again and again. In the trial of the first-year seed class, even the holy masters of the dark camp were killed. Although these are all secrets, some things cannot be hidden. So many people present saw it, how could we stop these rumors? Pity. It's a pity that he refuses to come to my Guangming Society. All the conditions are left to him, and it still doesn't work. Why? What a waste. Really, I don't know what to say. Chu Cixi wriggled her lips, thinking to herself, her brows furrowed involuntarily. At the same time, she subconsciously stretched out her hand to caress her cheek. At that time, I had hinted so clearly, but he was still indifferent. Is my market so bad now? He doesn't like me at all. This shouldn't be. Why? I really can't figure it out. Chu Cixi frowned silently, thinking to herself, then shook her head slightly. A lot of things are stuck in my mind and I can't say it out. Anyway, there is an awkward feeling that I can't say. I really don't know what to say. The mentality is often overwhelmed. What can I do? How to follow the speech? Chu Cixi lined her chin with her right hand, her beautiful eyes couldn't help staring at Fang Fan's position, and she didn't know what kind of messed up thoughts she was having in her heart at this moment. Always feel very strange. Wonderful feelings, wonderful thoughts. The location of the practitioners of Tiandao Society. At this moment, Zhuo Yao, who is the vice president of Tiandao Society, nodded repeatedly. Tisk tisk tisk, my brother Fang Fan is really extraordinary. I didn't make any moves after playing, and won 2 games by relying on momentum. Why? Brother Fang Fan is only in the 1st grade, and it seems like he won't be able to enter the school for half a year. Why is the gap between people so big? Fortunately, brother Fang Fan is on my side, otherwise it would be too late to vomit blood. It's my good fortune to get to know brother Fang Fan. Zhou Qiuyao rolled his eyes, thinking to himself, and then complained all over. I don't need to say much about the rest, anyway, that's what I think in my heart. Real, yet explicit. Anyway, that's the feeling. When it's in place, it's almost there. Lucky hammer. It was he who came on the stage, which made my bet collapse immediately. I just opened the market here, and the results came out there. I just collected a little bet, and they will immediately ask for it back, saying that I cheated them. The conscience of heaven and earth, I have really thought about it in my heart, but haven't put it into action yet. Can this be counted? This is nothing. How did you get down to this point? I can't figure it out either. Obviously that's not the case. Too difficult. Bai Piao was deeply moved, this time he really had to lose his principle. Because Fang Fan is so against the sky, all those green leaks are required to bet on Fang Fan. Even if the odds of betting on Fang Fan are very low, it doesn't matter. Bai Biao was caught off guard, so he could only quickly close the gambling table. Brother Zhuoqiu, why don't you discuss it with Fang Fan and let him lose a game? In this way, we cooperate with each other and definitely take off. Fang Fan's current popularity is enough. Bai Biao's eyes brightened, and he began to think of crooked ideas again. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2859. This guy is doing everything he can to harvest leaks now. This method is the same as those capitalists, and it has completely fallen into the eyes of money. A gentleman loves money and obtains it in a proper way, and this kind of omnipotent method is undesirable. Sooner or later something will happen. Brother Bai Biao, do you think Brother Fang Fan will fight fake matches because of this benefit? Brother Fang Fan is quite casual on weekdays, but certain principles and bottom lines have always been adhered to by Brother Fang Fan. Brother Bai Biao, what you said is not realistic. Zhuoqiu opened his mouth, and then followed to comfort him. This wave of Bai Biao just seems too fluttering. Anyway, that's the attitude. I mean to say. Cough, I didn't say that it must be like this. Steady, steady mentally. Hey, I also know Fang Fan's heart. It's just so uncomfortable to see the star core in front of you and not make money. Bai Biao rubbed his hands together, and rolled his eyes. This aspect of thinking seems too real. There are probably these special and unique ideas in the brain. Real, yet explicit, that's all. Then do you want to continue playing this game? I have a hunch, Brother Fang Fan is going to win 3 consecutive championships. According to the regulations of the friendly match, there are 5 rounds and 3 wins. If Brother Fang Fan can win 3 consecutive championships at the beginning, then this match will be over. For it. I didn't expect this victory to be so easy. Brother Fang Fan came here to shake up the scene with so many preparations. Zhuoqiu raised his eyebrows, and then sighed deeply at the side. I don't need to say much about the others, anyway, I have these pure and true thoughts in my heart at this moment. I'd like to open it, but isn't it throwing star cores into it when opening the gamble? Why? These people are all excited about Fang Fan Boy now, and they all vote for Fang Fan Boy. What can I do? The most important reason why I dare to open the bet is that I know Fang Fan will definitely win. Based on this, we can win every battle. But now that everyone knows the secret, it is actually not a secret to some extent. Zhuoqiu exhaled, there were quite a lot of thoughts in his heart, he let out a sigh, deeply touched. The gamble is not easy to open. Too difficult. My first investment was in vain. Zhao Wei walked over with a chubby body shaking, then widened his eyes, and said with emotion from the side. You invested in a hammer. I took all the early advances. You haven't released a star core yet. With a dark face, Bai Biao complained dissatisfiedly. Isn't that what you told me at the beginning? Just let me invest in my personal technology. Zhao Wei blinked and said with a cute face. Then Zhao Wei said with emotion, it seems that what my father said is right, this business field is really not that easy. Investment needs to be cautious, and entry into the industry is risky. Zhao Wei stroked his hair, and said with emotion from the side, and then Zhao Wei's eyes focused on Fang Fan in the arena. It's safer to be with the boss. It's no wonder the boss didn't accept to open a gamble with us at the beginning. It turns out that the boss had a foresight and knew that he would definitely fail. Tisk, the boss is the boss. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2860. Zhao Wei now admires Fang Fan unconditionally. What the boss said is right. What is right, and what is wrong is also right. Anyway, it is good to be convinced without thinking. On the arena, Fang Fan looked at Xiao Fan, a second-year Xian-level student from the Guangming Society. Speaking of which, this one is still a grade higher than me, so if I really want to address him, I should call him senior brother. But seeing each other in the arena now, why is it so embarrassing to look at? 10 minutes of chatting in the arena? Throw in the towel again? This operation is magical. The key is to stare wide-eyed now. What are we talking about? Have you talked about loneliness? Glancing at the past, in fact, that was the case, and the rest of the things followed silently, without saying anything at all. It's good to be silent, and don't talk about the rest. Your Excellency Fang Fan, are you married? Your Excellency Fang Fan, the sword in your hand looks extraordinary. What material is it made of? Your Excellency Fang Fan, your aura is extraordinary. Could it be that you have eaten some natural treasures? Your Excellency Fang Fan, I see that the clothes on you are quite unique. Xiao Fan, a second-year student of the Guangming Society, started talking awkwardly. The first few sentences sounded like that, but the last sentence made my scalp tingle. What the hell is going on? This dress on me is a hammer. In the academy, Fang Fan usually wears the student uniform issued by the academy. In other words, Fang Fan was wearing the uniform of a first-year yellow student at the moment. Can this also talk about chicness? Awkward chats are awkward chats, but don't talk too much. After 10 minutes had passed, Fang Fan heaved a sigh of relief, as did Xiao Fan, a second-year Xian-level student from the Guangming Society. Your Excellency Fang Fan, thank you. Thank you for giving me 10 minutes to spare. Now, I admit defeat. Xiao Fan, a second-year Xian-level student from the Guangming Society, nodded quickly, and then rushed to the audience with a big stride, with a sincere smile on his face. Anyway, the attitude from beginning to end is pure and casual. Although Xiao Fan, a second-year Xian-level student of the Guangming Society, had already expected to admit defeat, but seeing him jump off the arena so calmly still caused quite a stir. It's been 2 competitions, but now I haven't seen even the slightest sword. Anyway, from the beginning to the end, I watched alonely. Nothing. What else is there to see? Just follow the cool. So that's it? It's good to be stable mentally, and the rest is not the case at all. Following this trend, what the hum won't all 3 battles be conceded by the Guangming Society? According to the rule of 5 rounds and 3 wins, the battle will be over. This. What next? Are we looking at each other? Hey, seeing the loneliness, can't the Guangming Society be tougher? Count to the extreme. There are a lot of bells and whistles. In the 3rd round, the Guangming Society can exclude 3rd-year prefecture-level students. For it. Who will play this time? It's out, look, it seems to be, Shuo Tian. It's him. It is said that this guy's own strength can be promoted to a sky-level student, and the next selection will definitely be a sky-level student. Hey. It's finally something to watch.